Hello, friends, and welcome to Story Time. Today, we're going to be reading a book called Dirty Gert. This book is written and illustrated by Ted Arnold. This is the front cover, this is the back cover, and this is the spine. And the spine says Dirty Gert. Okay, friends, let's get started. Dirty Gert by Ted Arnold. This is the title page, Dirty Gert. And this says, when is she coming out to play? I don't know. Soon, I hope. Little Gert loved eating dirt. The worms all idolized her. She is so cool, my hero. But how did she first get to be a soil internalizer? Way back when Gert was just a little squirt, the earth would tantalize her. See what the worm says. She has good taste. Who is she? What is she doing? I hope she's not going fishing. She rolled in it. She dug in it. She tasted it. Didn't even spit. It seemed to energize her. Look at her go. You see any fishing poles? She is amazing. Mom and Dad did not get mad. They simply supervised her. I guess she's not going fishing. As years went by, they'd try, but could not civilize her. So here the mom says, hold up your pinky like this. She's trying to teach her how to drink tea by holding her little pinky up, like she's building sandcastles out of the dirt. And then one day she went to play when no one was the wiser. A rainstorm hit, and quickly it completely moisturized her. She's getting super wet in the rain, isn't she? She made mud pies with dirt French fries, her favorite appetizer. This worm says, I like mud soup. She burbled and she gurgled and she sprouted and she shouted and her food reorganized her. This worm says, I know the feeling. Whoa, what's happening? She's growing leaves out of her fingers and out of her hair. Look at her toes, they're wiggling around. Quite soon she found herself root-bound. It happily surprised her. Out came the sun. Oh, wow, what fun! It photosynthesized her. Looks like she's growing and she's becoming a plant. This worm says, hey, check this out. Go get Granny. She's got to see this. They've never seen a human turn into a plant before. Ruby May came out to play, but didn't recognize her. She looks too much like a plant, I guess. The neighbors thought that someone ought to scrub and sanitize her. So look, the neighbors brought out some brushes and soap. Her brother, Matt, decided that he needed to disguise her. Oh my goodness, look, he put a trash can over her head with some eye holes cut out. Her best friend, Dwight, thought that he might at least deodorize her. So look, he's spraying deodorant on her. And the worms say, I think she smells nice. The local news sent camera crews. They filmed and televised her. Look, Dirty Gert was on TV. The lawyers called. They were appalled. No one had legalized her. And here it says, patent, sign here. And the dad saying, no way. Zoologists and botanists and doctors analyzed her. They have a huge microscope here. Then Hollywood said, Gert is good. We must immortalize her. So they even made a film crew. And look, they have a background out here and they have a poster and it says Dirty Gert, starring Gert. She's green and mean. And look, she looks a little bit scared, doesn't she? The parents are a little bit worried about this. Soon all the ruckus, all the fuss began to traumatize her. She's so exhausted, isn't she? First came her wilt, then came her tilt. Her fame had jeopardized her. Oh, she's so exhausted. But Mom and Dad, they're smart and true. They always knew just what to do. Looks like they're kicking out the film crew and the scientists and the botanists. They're kicking them out. And look, she's here building a mud castle with her brother and her friends. The worm said, Yay! They trimmed and fertilized her. Look, they gave her some food. Mary grow plant food. So the rest of the people are eating real people food, and she's eating a pile of dirt. So silly. And here it says, it's nice in this house. Well, what happened, friends? Did they cut her legs off? Nope. They just cut the roots. They put her in a sort of pot and they brought her into the house. Look at that. She was brought into the house and she was fed some food and her feet are in a pot. I think she just had to be herself. And she's just going to be a special kid who really likes to eat dirt. She really liked to eat dirt. That's just who she is. And we've come to accept it. The end. So this funny book was called Dirty Gert. Thanks for coming to Storytime, friends, and I'll see you next time.